Brave Souls. It's Alicia with Appalachia Lightworker Paranormal, and we're here at Tea and Twilight to introduce you to Miss Teresa of the Tennessee GHOULS.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
So on other videos, I'm pretty sure you've probably heard the name Titi. This is Titi, Teresa. She is our mama of the group. Really, she takes care of all of us, makes sure we're all doing good. We love her and appreciate her so much. So why don't you tell everybody kind of why you got into the paranormal or when you got into the paranormal?
I got interested when Ghost Hunters came on. That's been, 20 years ago or something. I have always had a question in the back of my mind. There has to be more than what we can see here. And being raised religious and knowing heaven and hell, I accept those, they're part of my life, but I still feel like there's an in-between. And it really perked my interest to explore that and see what's out there. And I just did it through the TV, through watching Ghostbusters and stuff. It was like, it was feeding my soul that yes, that is correct. There are other things going out there. And then a couple years, I don't know, maybe 5 years or something ago, my sister Debbie started getting involved in it. And I quickly became jealous because I'm like, I want to be doing that. I want to do that too. And I have to say, I've never regretted it one day. This is fun. It's uplifting. Our little girl of teams of GHOULS, we have a ball together and we have a sisterhood. We're out here to do good for anybody and everybody that we can, but we want to have fun too. And our sisterhood, we can rely on each other. We can tell each other stupid stuff. We don't laugh at each other, and it's just it's fun, and you learn a lot. I've learned so much, and it actually has strengthened my spiritualism because yes, I've seen what that there's so much more out there, and there's just nothing I can say negative about it. I have thoroughly enjoyed the trip of it, and hope that I never get off the train until my time's over.
Yeah. So what has been your most intense or scary moment while you've been investigating?
I guess the only time I could really say I've ever been scared was at Scott County Jail. And that was all self-induced because to go to the bathroom, you have to go into one of the cells. And it's kind of to the side of where everybody else is going to be. So you're kind of in there by yourself. And it gives you a little spooky feeling thinking, oh, there's used to be full of men and here I am peeing on this toilet. I was apprehensive there, but I can honestly say that's the only place I've felt scared before.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just because of where it was, I think.
Yeah.
But I've never encountered anything to do with the spirit that has been scary.
Yeah.
Of course, we go about our work a little bit different. We're going to look for answers. We're not seeking out scare. We're not seeking out a murder story or a death of a child or something. We're out there to fill this spot. Alicia is so talented, and she has taught us so much. But her philosophy is help. She goes to help the spirits, and that's kind of our anthem. Is that we're there to, most of the people have something they want to say. That's why they haven't gone yet. They won't. I'll give a prime example. We had a black man that we encountered, and I can't even remember where it was at this point, but he was hung, and he didn't do it. He didn't kill that little girl, and that was what was holding him here. He wanted somebody to know he was honestly not guilty of that. And he didn't want to leave this world and leave a mark behind that he was a murderer of a woman or a young child. And once he told Alicia, I didn't do it. And we had that repeat several times during the night, that we knew that it was him coming through again. And he went. At the end of the night, he went. He was able to say, I didn't do it. We believed him. And he was able to let go. And I think that really, in a nutshell, is what our mission is. And I think it's our God's work to help these people. I guess another one that really hit me in the spirit was May at Jasper, Joel Pickens Jasper Jail. I encountered a lady there that was a young, she wasn't old at all, but she was a small black lady. She cooked and she cleaned and did things for the inmates and the sheriff and stuff. But when I started seeing her there, she always had her head down and kind of looking through her eyebrows and stuff. And it bothered me so bad. So I started having a conversation with her and trying to talk to her and telling her, put your face up. You're gorgeous. You've got so much positivity in you. Please, don't let yourself be like this. And I don't know. I mean, I have no idea how long the conversation went, but I would guess for about 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. It felt like it.
Yeah.
And at the end, she smiled at me. She lifted her head up and she smiled. I'll never have another experience that touches my heart so much, because that's why I was there that night. I was there for her. We never know what we're going to encounter. We hope for great times and stuff, but we take what we get. Sometimes we don't have a whole lot of activity, but usually at least one or two major things will happen. And that was just something that it has an everlasting effect on my life. I wish I knew what her first name was, but definitely May left a lasting effect on my heart and my life. Mm-hmm. And just reiterated that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. This is our mission here, to help. And there's nobody we want to put down. Even we'll take a murderer or someone perhaps that's in a prison. They may have a very simple message that, I didn't run away from home. They may have a backstory that nobody ever really knew. So if we can come in and through Alicia's intuition and stuff, we can gather his story and stuff, then they can leave. They've told somebody, somebody heard them, so they believe them, and so they don't have to live that lie anymore. Yeah. And I think as a spirit, that's got to be a huge weight. No wonder you ascend, Yeah. So, that's a couple of big ones for me.
Yeah. So you talked about some inspirational moments there, some beautiful moments. The Old Pickens County Jail in Jasper, Georgia was a beautiful moment with you. All of us just kind of sat there in awe and watched the process of it. And
see, I couldn't even feel nobody there. It was just like I was sitting in a chair and she was like 5 foot in front of me standing there. It was just like she was right there. Yeah. And she was answering me. I asked specific questions and she was answering, with specific answers. So, how can somebody say that stuff's made up? I know people make up for TV and dramatize and stuff. If nothing happens, we say nothing happens. Mm-hmm. We're not there to prod evil, to get scared, to make a name for ourselves on people's misery, I guess, in some ways. And the negative things that have happened in their life. Mm-hmm. We don't look at it that way. We look at it like with light. Alicia's company's name is Appalachian Light Workers, Gypsy Light Workers, and it's because that's what her mission is to show people light and give them the light and the message that they need to get across. And there's so many things that we have actually been able to verify after we've done events and stuff and gone back and heard, oh yes, indeed, that is true, and this is why. And it's just so rewarding. It makes you like, where are we going to go next week? Yeah. It doesn't just help them, it's helping all of us. Because you have to say, it helps your personal heart, doesn't it?
It just gives you very much.
It gives you compassion, it gives you understanding, empathy. Because you have to go in there with those things so they feel safe enough to leave. And that's what our mission is, to help them leave, to ascend to a higher power, move to the next phase of their journey, or And I think that the way that, I don't know, maybe you've had a contact with a lot of other people. I've never met another group that looks at their clients like we do. Do you? Our visiting places, or the people that house cleansings?
I haven't yet. I haven't met a group that does things, but every group is doing, what we do. But that's why we're out here. That's why we're going to CreepyCon. That's why we're doing these videos, is because everybody has something to bring to the table,
right?
And
not all people have the same things.
Yeah, we were just having a discussion earlier about some affirmations, and one of my personal affirmations, part of it right now, is I'm better than no one, but no one's better than me, because we each have our own gifts and we can each bring something different to the table. And that's why Tennessee GHOULS was created. Debbie Teresa and I are the founding members of Tennessee GHOULS, and the reason we started it was so, especially women, we've had guys come out with us too, but they have a safe place to learn, and a safe place where they don't have to be in competition with those around them to develop their gifts.
And we haven't judged anyone.
No.
I mean, honestly, even if somebody said that they've done something terrible, we've not treated them no different. We've given them the same respect and same opportunity that we have somebody that died for a reason that wasn't their cause, for the hanging and stuff. Even if you are a criminal, you're still human. You're still God's child. And you're just like us. You live and you die. You have experiences. But with what we bring, we do some home blessings and so forth. Just if there's children perhaps in the home that's scared of the home. We've done my home. I lost my husband. My son and my grandchildren were scared. We came bless the home so that the children knew. I always tell them there's nothing but love at Mama's house. And that is the lesson I want them to learn. But I didn't want to make fun of their scaredness. I had Alicia come and I validated how they were feeling and did something about it. And we don't ask for money from people when we go. People sometimes will give us donations or something, that's fine. But if you've got a situation going on in your home where you're not comfortable, you're feeling scared, or perhaps if there's just something in your home that doesn't feel right, contact us. Let us come out, take a look. If you're not in a position, to offer any pay, that's okay. We're not in here to get rich. We actually take our money and buy additional equipment and stuff to forward our endeavors. So if you find yourself in a situation with your home or a parent's home or piece of property, keep us in mind, because for little or nothing we can come and help you, and maybe help whomever's there that's kind of stuck too.
So earlier you were talking about the thing at Old Pickens with the lady, and you were doing the Estes method. So what is a method or piece of equipment, or both, that you have really enjoyed in that?
Hands down, Estes.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't like it, but it's hit or miss. Some people just don't seem to connect with it. I've had several times that I've never heard nothing. But then I've had those experiences that are very detailed.
Yeah.
And they're very direct answers. So it has to be Estes for sure.
Yeah.
And look at Scott County Jail.
Yeah.
Look at, when you're under the Estes, I mean, we got some phenomenal answers and stuff.
Some crazy ones, we'll just say that.
And if the people are cut ups in life, they're cut up still. Yeah. Because we get lots of laughs from them.
Yeah. Something's probably inappropriate to share on social media.
But we're girl group, so we're okay. We talk about it amongst ourselves.
But if you ever meet us in person, we'll be happy to share those stories with you. So what is a piece of equipment or a method that you're not really sure about?
Really, there's nothing that I don't enjoy working with.
Yeah.
We don't get as much movement stuff out of cat balls as I'd like to see, because a lot of people have got a lot of things that's happened with them. Yeah. But we've got the tripwire now, and Debbie's got her grid light. We're all the time buying new things to try out and stuff, and there's nothing that I'm disappointed in. Yeah. I wish Estes worked for everybody, because they closed the market down. If that was the case, we wouldn't need nothing but Estes. But equipment can get very, very expensive though. And we're just starting out, and we're just buying a little piece there and a piece there, and we're not like the people you see on TV. We don't have these, $5,000 cameras and things like that. But we're still getting our message, and we're still getting our proof and stuff. Start at the bottom. Start with something little. Just start with a couple of things. One thing I would caution about is that Alicia's very conscientious about telling us, don't practice stuff like this in your own home, because you may encounter a spirit that you'd rather not have in your home. So when you get a new piece of equipment, go over to somebody's yard or somebody else's house to practice.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
The graveyard is a really good
Mhm.
place to start. It's just when you're opening up a communication every time you turn on a piece of equipment, your spirit talker on your phone,
And you
a
can't control
Ouija
who comes
board,
through.
whatever you're using to communicate with, you're opening up a way for something to come through. And so I don't open things up in my house,
Right.
even though I know how to close things out, even though I know how to cleanse the energy. I still don't do it in my own home.
Right.
So there's no purpose in that.
Well, and I personally think if I started having a lot of issues at my house, then I would start correlating it to this, and I would quit it because I would think, I'm doing something that's causing this.
Yeah.
So it's a protection too.
Yeah. So what is a piece of advice that you would give other than that to somebody just wanting to start paranormal, or even somebody that's in paranormal?
I would invite you to look for the light stuff. The scary stuff, it makes great TV. I love it. Eat it up. Love, love, love it. But start telling the people the funny things that happen to you, the funny stories you find out about the other people, because there's so many stories in our history that we don't know about. But sometimes these people let us in and they tell us some of their history. What more of a lesson can there be than somebody saying, when I was here, this is how it was when I was a kid? Well, I don't know about you all, but I loved growing up on my mom and my papa's stories, telling us how their lives were and stuff. And I feel like that the ghosts do that with us now. They're telling us funny things that happen. And a lot of the teams that are out there, they're just looking for the sensationalism. I'm not saying that they're wrong or anything. I'm just saying that their mission is different than ours. People would love to hear the good things that happen on those house funds as well. Things that happen that's funny. Your audience will like that too. It doesn't have to all be spooky stuff.
Yeah. I mean, one of my most inspirational stories was in Gatlinburg, and I met a spirit of a man who was hanging out till his wife passed, and he's hanging out at the hotel they'd had their anniversaries at.
Wow.
And so it was just, and he was just loving. He reminded me of my husband, big old burly man in overalls, and he's just hanging out there, rocking a rocking chair, waiting on his wife. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So those moments are just as powerful as having an interaction with something darker in nature.
And people, the TV audience and stuff need to see that part of it, because they capitalize on the scary stuff, and I love the scary stuff, but they need to also hit on the good that they're trying to. I think they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But not everybody wants us to close out their home or ask spirits to move on and stuff. We've been to locations where they've said, sure, come and investigate, but don't close it out because I don't want the spirits to leave. That spirit is drawing in business for me, which that's great, that's fine, and we're all for that. But I lost my train of thought. Can you imagine that? My train leaves the station without me a lot of times. But
we've also been at a location, and everywhere we went, they were asking us to open the doorway.
Yes.
And it was even coming other teams, spirit talkers and spirit boxes, open the door, open it. And
so they know.
They know that what we're capable of. And everybody's capable of that. You can learn to help in these ways.
Yeah.
And that's something we're going to start doing with Tennessee Ghouls, is helping people develop their gifts and helping them to learn how to cleanse, how to bless, how to close portals, how to open the gateway into the spirit world, so that
there's so much out there. There's just so much.
Yeah. So tell everybody what we're doing here.
Well, we're talking about the con that's coming up. It's called Creepy Con. It's at the Knoxville Convention Center. They're going to have princesses there that day too. If you get out and you see princesses, you're on the wrong floor. But we are so excited. This will be our first joint effort. We will have a booth there. We'll actually have 2 booths there. And we'll have a lot of neat handcrafted things for sale. But we always love to talk to people. And we'd love to hear your story. And we'd love to share some of our stories with you. Don't come to us looking for something bad though, because we're not gonna find you nothing bad. We're not looking for bad. So go to the next one.
We'll
But
help
kinda
with
join
the
us
bad.
and-
We'll help
Yeah,
with
we'll
the
help
bad.
for sure.
We're not.
Especially if they won't help. We'll
Yeah,
help.
if you want help with the bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, CreepyCon, Knoxville, Tennessee, July 31st through August 2nd. We will be there. And